This ties in, I think, to the Gospel Coalition and how they...
Let's go there too.
Yeah, that there's going to be blood on their hands. They've told these women, you go to Gospel Coalition and type in singleness. Just type it in and look at the articles.
Right.
The glorifying singleness. Now, singleness is not a gift, celibacy is. Singleness is a stage that we all go into and sometimes exit and then go back into. You know, our wife dies or whatever, right? Singleness is something that we have to be content in if it's where God has us providentially. But it's not something to be sought. Marriage is normative, and it's not given to everybody. And so they're telling all these people who clearly don't have the gift of celibacy and aren't being celibate in many cases, or at least in some ways they're not. And they're telling these women that they need to go do your career and all this stuff. And these women will wake up in their 40s and 50s and be lonely. And I've done ministry with people in their 60s and 70s, old women that are widows. And when they don't have kids, I can't give them enough attention. Right. They're like, you don't we spend enough attention together. I'm spending more time with you than I spend with almost anyone, you know. And it's because they have all this love to give that should be focused on their grandchildren and help and their daughters and helping and all that stuff. There's going to be all these women in the church that don't have anything. And you think of 1 Timothy chapter 5 on the younger widows. You know, what happens if they don't get married? And the church has chaos coming its way because men that are like hated will just leave the church and go somewhere else, become Muslim or just watch online or whatever. The women will hang around the church. There's soon going to be a church full of a bunch of old spinsters because men didn't have the guts to love them and say, no, baby, I think you can do better than this. Like, you're not likable, right? Or if they're really bold, like, you should maybe get in better shape. It would help, right? You know, I told my son the other day, I was like, you're getting a little tubby, son. And I said, I'm married. You're not married yet. So, you know, stop that. But yeah, there is this, and they think they're loving that woman. Right. But they're being cruel. They're being cruel to these people.
There's a difference between singleness, which is a state, and celibacy, which is a gift.
That's right.
So the Apostle Paul had the gift of celibacy, and for someone in that position, marriage would be a distraction.
That's right.
Right? But if you don't have the gift of celibacy,
it's a relief and it helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
And if you are single and you don't have the gift of celibacy, then not being married is the distraction, the sexual distraction, you know, what am I going to do? All of this. And I think you're right that there has been a steady drumbeat in evangelical circles that singleness is a gift. But singleness, undesired singleness, is an affliction, not a gift, right? I remember talking one time to a young man who said, well, I think I have the gift of celibacy, and and I said, do you use porn? And he said well,
yeah, exactly. That's always my question too.
He said, well, yes. And I said, you don't have the gift you don't have the gift of celibacy. Yeah. That's not what's going on here. Chickens are going to come home to roost.
They are.
And people are going to say, why did you lie to me for decades?
That's right.
Watch the full interview only on Canon Plus. If you haven't joined up yet, be sure to use the promo code MR99 to get your first month for just 99 cents. Just click the link below and sign up today.